like lions in the wild.
All right, let's get this call started. I'm gonna make myself pin spotlight for everyone. I'm super excited to be with you guys here on a Thursday night. Welcome to tonight's champions training. We're also gonna have a back office training here as well. But I'm really excited, guys. Really excited just because this is like my favorite training, right? So today's gonna be a special one. I'm gonna go ahead and set some house rules for this call. For everybody that's on here, this is what you want to do. You really want to get to a place where you're 100% tapped in. I'm gonna keep this call within 1 hour, right? I'm gonna do my best, but you want to commit to yourself on doing these house rules, right? First one is have your camera on, right? Get your cameras on. Let's set the culture of having our cameras on. Welcome everybody that's tuning in here on tonight's call. Get your cameras on to set that culture. House rule number 2, have a notebook and pen. Have a notebook and pen. Have a notebook and pen and handy. 0 distractions, right? Today's call is going to be really essential, really vital for your success here that's happening in March, right? As you guys see, I got the whiteboard behind me. So it's going to be one of those nights. It's going to be one of those whiteboard nights where the magic comes out. But here's the secret. The magic comes out is when you take it out of the whiteboard, right? That's when the magic happens. And tonight's training is one of my personal favorites. So like I said, have your camera on. I want to make sure everybody's tuned in. Everybody's tapped in. And then today's training is the champions training. And we're going to add some sauce in here and really dive into the back office structure. And it really goes hand in hand, ladies and gentlemen. These both go very together. So I know you guys are going to really enjoy, today's training. But here's the thing, guys. Everything that we go over here on this call, what you want to do is you want to get emotionally involved with the information and go take massive action, right? You see, where it really happens is when you really go out there and do it, right? And today's going to be one of the greatest calls. It's a champions training. It's one of my personal favorites. I absolutely love doing these calls. But before we even start the call, listen up. We got to get the alive ready, all right? We got to get the alive. Claudia already knows. Marie already knows, right? We're going to take some alive shots here together. If you're new, if you're a guest that got invited here on this call, this is not a regular shot. This is alive, right? This is a health and wellness alive shot. And I want to just take a big shot, right? I want to cheers. I want to take a toast, right? For all the champions that are going to come out of this call and really go champion, right? Really go champion here at Envision You, right? I want to go ahead and just do a toast. I want to do a cheers. It's already done. After tonight's call, listen up. After tonight's call, it's already done, right? I'm going to break this down to you to let you know that it's already done after today's call. Champion's already done. Let's big cheers to that. A live shot. If you don't have the live shot, go get your live shot in the back office or reach out to me. I'll show you how to get it, but let's take a cheers. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Take your shots. Take your shots. Let's get today's call started. So obviously today's a champions training, right? So I want you guys to drop on the chat box how many. I want to see who's really believing right now. How many champions are going to come alive, right, this month in March? I want to know how many, right? Drop the number on the chat box. We've been speaking this, right, all throughout the month. We're going to have a certain amount, right, of champions this month. Does anybody know that number, right? Drop that number on the chat box. Drop that number. 25 champions, not 3. We're going to have 25 champions. And after this call, there's going to be zero doubt, full belief, right? Right after this call, we are going to see 25 champions come alive in the month of March, right? And it's really going to be leading, guys, into the Alive convention, right? We started this call off right, with the Alive convention. So I want to talk about 2 pointers here before we go into today's training. What you want to do, guys, is you want to make sure you get to Houston, Texas, March 23rd, right? We have the Go Champion Summit. Listen, if you're one of those people that's dropping me or 25 on the chat box, you need to make that commitment. No ifs, no ands, no buts, no excuses. Get to Houston. Does that make sense? Did that rhyme a little bit? Get to Houston. The Go Champion Summit is happening March 23rd. You want to get yourself there. Now, listen up. I'm going to square away some of the stays, right? So all you want to do is you want to get your ticket to the event. If you need help, I can help you get your ticket. And all you really need to do is just get to Houston, right? If it's to drive there, to fly there, whatever. You just want to make sure if you're going to be one of those 25 champions, ladies and gentlemen, March 23rd, you want to make sure you're at the Go Champion Summit, right? If you want to be one of those champions, you got to be around champions. You got to be around David, right? You got to be around myself. You got to be around, right, the people that have the results that you're looking for. Now, here's the next thing. While that's happening, you want to start preparing for the Alive convention, right? I've been to many Believe Nations. Coach Anna has been there with me. And I'll tell you what the Alive convention is. A lot of people ask me, hey, Anthony, is Believe Nation still going on? Yes, it is, right? Believe Nation is still happening. It's just called Alive now, right? It's part of Envision You, and anybody can actually come to it, right? Believe Nation was open up for everybody, but you see, this is going to be the convention that really starts everything. And I tell people, you want to go into this convention with momentum. Everybody drop momentum, right? Momentum is what cures everything. Momentum is what cures generational curses. Momentum is what cures poverty. Momentum. You don't want to go to the event and be like, dang, I wish I had more people here with me. I can't tell you, I can't emphasize how many times I've been to events and I'm like, shoot, I should have brought more people to this event with me, because if I had 5, 10, 20 people feeling the same way I'm feeling, believing the same way I'm believing, I know that I'm going to take off after this event. And it was when I made that decision that said, hey, I'm going to set a goal. Listen to this. Set a goal on how many people I'm going to bring to this event, right? I set a goal to bring 100 people to London, right? London, right? People had to get their passports. People had to pay expensive flights. People had to, 100 people. Actually, in reality, David was saying, hey, Anthony, you want to hit a 6-figure income, you got to bring 100 people to this event. And I said, bet, David, because it's coming from you, I'm going to get 100 people there. And guess what? I got 100 people there, and I hit $10,000 a month, 30 days coming out of that convention. But you want to go into that convention with momentum. You don't want to just show up to the convention and have an experience. You are going to have an experience, but you also want to give other people that experience, that Believe experience, because everything changes when you get to the event. This Alive convention happening with John C. Maxwell. I was just in Orlando with Claudia at the John C. Maxwell conference. Here's another thing. He's going to be training the champions. There's a champions training by John C. Maxwell. So you want to go champion. You want to be in a room with John C. Maxwell. Oh my God. I'm talking like him because I was just with him. And I'm telling you, you want to be in front of the room with John C. Maxwell. And all you got to do is go champion. That's it. You just got to go champion from January 1st to the event. You just want to go champion. We're going to have a Friday leadership, right, for champions and above with John C. Maxwell. That's happening on Friday, right? And here's the thing. You want to help as many people. And this training is not going to help just you go champion, right? Because once you can do it, you can teach it, right? Once you can do it, you can teach it. So once you go champion, you can take this information and you can start teaching other people how to go champion. Listen, this fires me up because I'll never forget when I first came into this company with David. He said, Anthony, everything revolves around champion. And I said, David, you couldn't be more genius to have everything revolved around going champion. Because I'll start off this training with this. Champion is not a rank. Champion is not an income. Champion is who it is you're becoming. That's who champion is. Champion is the leader that's within you. Champion is a mentality. And we're going to go into that in just a little bit. But when I sat down with David and I said, everything's revolved around going champion, he's like, this is all you got to do. You got to go sponsor 40 people and help 10 people go champion. I said, David, that's a bet. Guess what? In my first 30 days, I sponsored 40 people and I helped 12 people go champion. And we became a diamond organization. So I want to start off this training with, this is not a theory. This is not if it works or if it doesn't work. This works. I want you to drop that in the chat box. This works. It's been proven. It's been tested, right? What I'm about to teach you guys here tonight, this works. If you're going to be one of those 25 champions, we're only going to have 20. We can have a little bit more. We can have 30, but we're speaking 25. And I'm going to break it down to you guys, but I need to see on this chat box who's going to be one of those 25 champions. If that's you, drop I am a champion, because everything that comes after I am goes into creation. So it first starts with you confessing it. It first starts with you speaking it. It first starts with you declaring it. Right? Because words create. Words are real. Words is everything. Words matter. Words propel you or words suck you back. Words elevate you or words bring you down. Right? Because words are just seeds. Words are seeds. So every time you speak, I'm a champion, you're planting that seed. You're planting that seed. You're planting that seed. You're planting that seed. So you got to keep speaking it. You got to keep speaking it until you see it flourish. But let's jump into today's training. I'm excited, right? I'll kind of leave off where I was heading. And, I really got excited, guys, because I understood that everything in this company is all about champions. David told me, and the plan is set. You see, everything here at Envision You, it all starts and it ends with champions. It all starts and it ends with champions. And here's the question that I have for you here today. Are you a champion? You see, are you a champion? Not in Envision You, not in the back office, not as a rank. Are you a champion in your mind? Because champion really starts, guys, with having a champion mentality. And I really want to take you guys on this journey here, because having that champion mentality is actually studying champions. It's actually studying champions. And I'm not talking about champions here at Envision You. I'm not talking about diamonds. I'm talking about real life champions, right? If you look at LeBron James, right? If you look at Kobe Bryant, right? These guys are champions. And if you look at LeBron James, if you look at Kobe Bryant, they have champion mentalities. That's why, they have the Mamba mentality. But, these individuals, right, they have a lot of things in common. They persevere, right? They show up. They stay plugged in. Kobe Bryant, there's so many things that, so many things. He was the first one in the gym, right? In the USA Olympics, he would go to the gym. People would actually start coming to the trainings, right, to the camps, and he's finishing his pre-workout. He's finishing his workout because he understands what it takes to become a champion. You have to outwork everyone else. And sometimes outworking everyone else just means also outworking your limiting beliefs, outworking the lid that you place yourself, right? Kobe didn't believe in any lids. If you look at LeBron James, let me ask you this question. Why do you think everybody wants to play with LeBron James? It's because he's a champion. It's because he's a champion. It's because not only is he a champion himself, but he makes everybody around him a lot better. He helps everybody around him. And that's called the impression of increase. That's called leadership, right? He's not able to just be a champion himself, but he's able to help other people become champions. And it starts with that mentality. It's a champion mentality, right? That you need to have, right? You need to focus on that champion mentality. Champion starts with having a champion mentality. When you get your mind right, when you fortify your mind, if you look at mindset, what is your mind set on? Your mind needs to be set on a set of words, on champion, nothing else. Nothing else should be coming out of your mouth. Nothing else should be playing in your mind, right? When you get your mind right, when you fortify your mind, you're not just focused on the how-tos. You're not just focused on how many people do I got to present this business to. You're not just focused on how many people do I need left to go champion. No, you start to work on your mind through your confessions, through what you're visualizing, through what you're seeing, through the emotions that you have inside of you, right? And when you start to work on this, guess what? Your income goes to the next level. In other words, you start to get rings. You get your ring, and then you get another ring when you help somebody else go champion. And then you get another ring when you help somebody else go champion. But it starts with what it is that you're speaking. So the first thing you have to realize is, what am I speaking? What's coming out of my mouth? Then visualize, what am I seeing? What am I eyes seeing? Because seeing is believing. If I want to believe for it, well, guess what? I need to be seeing my champion flyer all the time. Because when you work on these things, ladies and gentlemen, your income will explode. Your income will go to the next level. Your income will go to 1,500, right, a month. Your income will go from your monthly income to your weekly income, like Michael, right? He took his monthly income to his weekly income. You need to learn how to start speaking and seeing the right things. And guys, guess what? Eventually, that's going to change your feelings. That's going to change the way you feel when you're seeing champion all the time. When even if you're not seeing with your physical eyes, you see, you got to understand vision is what you see when your eyes are closed, but sight is what you see when your eyes are open. What are you seeing when your eyes are closed? What are the images that, we're going to have the champions walking up on stage. Are you seeing yourself, being celebrated by 2,000 people? Celebrating your hard work, celebrating your perseverance, celebrating your long suffering, celebrating all the hard work that you put in to go champion, right? How do you think it feels when LeBron holds up the trophy, when Lionel Messi holds up the trophy, right? If people said, well, guess what? In the Alive Convention in Atlanta, May 24, 25, 26, you're going to be celebrated. So you're going to have those feelings inside of you right now. I need you to write this down. You need to develop the champion mindset. And how do you do that? You study the champions. You study the Anthonys. You study the Davids. You study the Gary McSweens. You study their Instagrams. You should be following David Imonitie. You should be following Dat Boy Ant. You should be following Gary McSween. And you should be muting everything else out, because social media can suck you in. It can suck you in. You need to be very laser focused. You need to have the blinds on. You got to have, I said it this morning, it needs to become a desire. You need to have it, become an obsession. This is vital to becoming a champion. You have to develop a champion mindset. And in order for you to develop that mindset, there's also, things that you want to do to work on your mindset, because you see, the work is the mental and the physical work. So it's the work, it's the mental work, it's the mind work, right? And the first part of that, guys, is being on a personal development regimen. Now, I'm going to give you the personal development for this month, right? The personal development is a science of getting rich. That's the book by Waddles D. Waddles. That's the book that you want to read, The Science of Getting Rich. Because in reality, in going champion here at Envision You, there's a science behind it, right? There's a science behind going champion. So you got to understand the science of getting rich first before right? You gotta read it. You gotta give your mind that. Your mind needs to understand the science of getting rich. Now the audio, so that's the belief book. The belief audio is conceive, believe, and achieve. Guys, I was sitting with David in Orlando, the Ritz-Carlton, having I don't know how much amount of steak. I don't know how much it cost. But he's like, you want to know the real secret? I had everybody just listening to conceive, believe, and achieve all the time. If you haven't heard that audio, what you want to do is you want to text me. You want to get with me and say, Anthony, send me that audio. Conceive, believe, achieve. You need to get the champion mindset, right? So the book is a science of getting rich. The audio is conceive, believe, and achieve. These audios, guys, have created millionaires. These books have created all around the world millionaires because they understood the science of getting rich. And it's created many champions. But you see, becoming a champion is also having to do with becoming a leader as well. If you look at Kobe Bryant, amazing leader. If you look at Lionel Messi, amazing leader. Like I said, LeBron James, everybody who wants to play with him is because he makes everybody else around them better. He has the impression of increase. He makes other people around them a lot better. That's what great leaders do. They're able to help them, be that great leader within. And that's why so many people call up LeBron. I want to play with you. I want to play with you. I want to play with you, because he makes everybody a lot better. So the book for leadership, because your ability to go champion is really going to be on your ability to believe and your ability to lead. Those are the two things you want to focus on: belief and leadership. Belief and leadership. Those are the first two. Everything else, first, I need to believe, and I need to learn how to lead myself. So the book is by the greatest coach of all time, John C. Maxwell, is Develop the Leader Within You. Develop the leader within you. That's the book I want you guys to focus on. All of March, right? Focus on mastering the science of getting rich. Only listen to the audio of Conceive, Believe, Achieve, and also start reading Developing the Leader Within You. And when you start developing the leader within you, you're going to start developing the leaders around you. And that'll be the next book. But for now, it's Developing the Leaders Within You, right? And that's how you want to start the process of learning. This is the foundation, guys, from the mental standpoint to be a champion. To becoming a champion, you want to grow yourself each and every single day. I've always learned you become a better leader when you always stay growing. You become a lot more attractive when you're growing. When you grow yourself as a leader, you become a lot more attractive. When you become a lot more attractive, you become a lot better. You become a lot more valuable to the marketplace. Are you guys with me? Right? You become a lot more valuable to the marketplace, right? So in going champion, that's the foundation base, right? From a mental standpoint, and then from there, right? Once you understand that, there's the physical side. There's the things that I need to do as a leader in order for me to achieve champion. And what is that, right? It's going through the 5 pillars of success. Last week, we had a training of the 5 pillars of success, right? Is understanding your why, understanding your list, right? Understanding I got to book meetings, and then the commitment goal, right? The 5 pillars of success. And when you start this business as a visionary builder, right? What's your goal? Your goal is to be able to attract, write that down. Your goal is to be able to attract visionary builders and customers. That is your goal. To becoming a champion, I need you to write that down. Your goal is to be able to attract visionary builders and customers. And how are you going to be able to do that? You're going to be able to do that through sharing the information to as many people as possible. Now, I'm going to break this down. How do you share the information, Anthony? So your goal is to get and attract as many visionary builders and customers. And the goal is to share this information, to share the presentation, to share the business model. Here's a better one: to share the vision to as many people as possible. Now, what are the ways to share this? The first way, guys, is using the product. using the product. Why? Why do I got to use the product, Anthony? So they can see the transformation. They can see the transformation in your wealth. They can see the transformation in your health. Wow, Claudia's lost so much weight. Wow, that brand new person from Trinidad that Annette just enrolled just made $25 on her very first day utilizing the FL2. You guys saw that on the chat, right? She's from Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago. Most of you guys don't even know where that is. Most of you guys don't even know where Trinidad is. She made $25 on her first day. So you want to use the product. Why do you want to use the product? So everybody can see the transformation. Guess what? Anthony walks a little bit different when he did a $17,000 withdrawal. Guess what? Antoine walks a little bit different when he lost 15 pounds. He talks a little bit different. His confidence is a little bit different. Why? Because he uses the product. That's the first way to share the information. Here's a second way, sharing the product. The first one is using the product so people can see your transformation. The second way is sharing the product. Give people the product. Sample. Write this down. Sample. And here's another way to look at it. Invest into your business. Invest into your business. Be able to get the 30 shots of Alive so you can sample it out. So when you go to a gas station and you see somebody get a Celsius or a Red Bull or a Monster and say, hey, why would you want to put that Monster into your body? Literally, why are you putting that Monster into your body? I have this Alive shot. Take this shot. Here's my information. Call me if you love it. Why? Because I'm sampling. I'm sorting. Write that down. I'm sorting. So I'm going to sample. I'm going to sample some Alive. Right? I'm going to sample some Alive. I'm going to share the product. Number three, the third way you share this information is invite to a presentation. You want to get somebody invited to a Zoom webinar. You want to get somebody invited to see the video, right? I know Michael, Claudia used the video today to get people started, right? You want to invite them to a presentation. Here's the fourth way, home meetings. You want to know the real, most amazing way, the most genuine way, the most cultural way to really build this business is belly to belly. Zoom is amazing. But there's something great when you have 4 people at your home or 4 people at a Starbucks, when they can walk into your home, they can feel the presence of the Lord, they can feel the excitement, they can feel the enthusiasm, and they say, wow, this person's fired up and excited about this business. I want to get started. And then it starts to grow in person. But you want to get, right, what we shared a couple of things to get uncomfortable today. And that should be, one of the things that you should aim to have to get uncomfortable. Do a home meeting, get in the trenches, get home to home, get face to face, build relationships. I can tell you those relationships that you meet in person will take you a long way because I'm going face to face. When we went to Orlando, right? I think Claudia had 2 prospects there. They both got started. Why? Because it was in person. Home meetings. Those are the 4 ways. Those are the 4 ways that you want to share this information. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the whiteboard and I'm going to give you guys the 2 steps, right? The 2 true steps on really going champion. All right. So I need you guys to get your notebook out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull the whiteboard out. So I'll be right back in 1 second. All right, let me know if you guys see the whiteboard. You guys see it? You guys see it? You guys see it? Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Drop a yes on the chat if you guys see my whiteboard. Drop a yes on the chat. Let me see those yeses. All right, cool. So this is what I want you to do on your paper. I want you to draw this circle, and this is you. Right? This is you, right? This is you. Now, before you write that as well, you want to understand, okay, and what does it take for me to go champion? Well, what it takes is I need to have 5,000 qualified volume. So this is a number I need to get to in March for me to go champion. When I'm at 5,000 qualified volume, I'm a champion. So I'm gonna show you how to get the 5,000 qualified volume, okay? So the first step is what you wanna do is you wanna personally sponsor 6 to 8 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it can be, guys, it can be personally sponsoring 6 to 8 new visionaries, new customers, however it is, right? So to understand how to sponsor 6 to 8 brand new people, you got to understand what it's going to take in order for me to sponsor 6 to 8 brand new people. So how do you do this, Anthony? Very simple. You want to expose the business, the plan, the vision, right, to 60 to 80 people. Okay, to 60 to 80 people. You want to expose the business to 60 to 80 people. So now, Anthony, what's an exposure? An exposure is I'm just going to have the person, the prospect, the person I'm building a relationship with. I'm going to have that person see, hear, and feel the vision. So if they saw it, if they heard it, and they feel it, that's an exposure, right? I want to expose the business to 60 to 80 people. Now, guys, to be a champion this month, you got to understand this. There's 18 days left. So if I did the math already. If there's 18 days left, you need to have a commitment goal for you to go champion this month. You want to have a commitment to expose 4 to 5 people a day. That's it. Your commitment goal. Meaning, I'm not going to go to sleep until I expose 4 to 5 people every single day. Because if I do this for the rest of the month in March, and I commit to exposing 4 to 5 new people every single day, well, guess what? I'm going to expose my 60 to 80 people. Now, if you expose 60 to 80 people, what we always go through is we go by the 1 out of 10 rule. Now, if you're working with Anthony, if you're working with Michael, that 1 out of 10 rule, right, can be 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. But you want to stick to be building the business on the 1 out of 10 rule. In other words, out of 10 people that see the business, 1 is going to get started. So if 20 people see the business, 2 people are going to get started. If 30 people see the business, 3 people are going to get started. So in order for you to get your 6 to 8, that should be your goal. 6 to 8 personal enrollments in the month of March, right? That means I got to commit to exposing the business to 4 to 5 people every single day. And you want to scale your business on the 1 out of 10 rule. That means out of 10 people that see, hear, and feel the business, 1 of them is going to get started. Can we do better? Yes, but you want to go by that, right? And now you have your 6 to 8. So that's step 1, right? And in that step 1, those 6 to 8, you remember, this is why I started with the 5,000 QB. You want to have a combination of different packages. So you can get an essential, right? Which is a take the lead promo, which you guys want to be pushing that package, right? You can get a core, right? Which is 250, right? QV. You can get another core, right? 250 QV, right? You can get another essential, right? That's 600 QV. You can get a premier, right? 1,200 QV. And then you can have another core. That's 6 packages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So these are the type of numbers you want to have, because if I add this up, guys, if I add this up, 600 plus 250 plus 250, this is 500, right? Plus another 1,200. That's 1,700, right? Plus another 1,200. That's 1,200 plus 1,200 is 2,400. Plus 250 is 2,000. 2,400, 2,650, right? So here we got 2,650, right, in volume, right? So here's step two, guys. Here's step two. This is step one. It's personally sponsoring 6 to 8 people. You want to have a combo. You can't do 6 to 8 cores because it's not going to give you enough volume, right? You want to get a premier. You want to get an essential, which is a take the lead. You want to get a core, which is 250, right? So you want to be able to know your numbers. Write that down. You want to be able to know your numbers in order for you to go champion. You can't get 6 to 8 promos or 6 to 8 cores and you're going to go champion, because step two is to help 2 people create their dual team, right? I'm going to help 2 people out of the 6 create their dual team. I'm going to help 2 out of the 6, 2 out of the 6 or 8 create their dual team. All right. So now when I help them create their dual team, right, it needs to have a certain amount of volume as well. So what's a dual team, Anthony? Well, welcome to the qualified dual team, qualified commissions on the dual team. That means you're now qualified commissions because you have one on your left and one on your right. So if this guy, John, joined the business on a core and he gets one on his left and one of his right, well, guess what? He's going to be dual team qualified. So he got started with a core. These 2 can be cores. So you have a core here and you have a core here. Let's say on this premier pack, right? He got started, since he came in with a premier, he helped somebody else get started with a premier. And then this person, the other person, got in with a take the lead, an essential, right? Here's 1,200 volume, right? Then you have 600, and then you got 500, 250, 250. So if you add those numbers up, it actually goes above 5,000. So if you do an essential, 600, plus a core, 250, plus a core, 250, plus an essential, 600, plus a premier, 1,200, plus a core, 250, right? Plus a premier, 1,200, plus a essential, 600, plus a core, 250, plus another core, 250, you're at 5,450 volume. So this one could probably even be a core. I mean, sorry, an essential, right? But you guys are with me right now. You want to focus on qualifying 5,000 volume, right? So here you're well over the 5,000 volume, right? You're well over that volume. Now, I know a lot of people are coming in with the promo as well. And I want to be very clear on how you guys can hit champion, right, with the promo. But you guys are going to have to follow these numbers if you're going to be pushing the promo, right? So if you're with me, drop ready on the chat box. So if you guys want to go champion utilizing the promo, well, you got to understand, you got to go perfect 10. Okay? Write that down. The promo is 150. All right? The promo is 150. So that means you got to go sponsor 10 people on the promo. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now you're a perfect 10, right? You're a perfect 10. So you sponsored 10 people, right, with that promo. But here's the thing now. You need to think of a launcher right now. Amateurs join, professionals launch. You got to think launchers, right? Out of these 10 people, right, when somebody comes in, this is what you're going to tell them. Hey, I need to help you get a free membership by the end of March. Write this down, please. I'm going to help you get a free membership in the month of March, meaning your membership is going to be waived. You're no longer going to pay a membership here at Envision U, and everything that you make with FL2, everything you make with FL2 is now complete profits for you. So when somebody gets started, I want you to write this down. That's when the work actually begins. That's when the work actually begins, because with your perfect 10, what you want to do is you want to help them go 3 in 3. You go perfect 10, you sponsor 10 brand new people in the month of March with 100. This is the $150 pack, guys. Come on. Like we set a goal to help as many people go perfect 10 in the month of March with the promo. right? And with the promo, you want to sponsor 10 people, go perfect 10. We're going to have a flyer for you, right? We're going to show you exactly how to go perfect 10, right? We're going to celebrate you by going perfect 10, but then you want to help everybody get a free membership. So this is what I ask people. Hey, who do you know that would like to be on the money team? Who do you know that would like to start trading with us? Who do you know that would like to start taking these trades and making money as a group together? And you want to help each person get their 3 and free. Help them get their 3 and free. How are you going to be able to do that? How I started off the call, which is sharing the information, using the product, sharing the product, getting them on a Zoom presentation, or getting them in a home meeting. Guys, this is it. It's either perfect 10 or you go by the 6 to 8. I needed to show you guys this because I know a lot of you guys are getting people started with the promo. So it's very important for you to understand that if you sign somebody up with $150, it's 150 QV. A core, 250. All right. Essential, 600. Premier, 1,200. Right? That's the qualified volume for you to get to the 5,000. All right. So that's the structure. That's step 1 and step 2. Step 1 is get 6 to 8 personal enrollments, cores, essentials, or take the leads and help 2 people become dual team qualified, meaning they're now ready to start earning commissions right here with the compensation plan. Right now they're able to start earning commissions with the compensation plan. But that's what you want to do. You want to go perfect 10? That means I got to sponsor 10 people and help those 10 get a free membership, right? I got to go help those 10 get a free membership, right? The goal, right, is to get 60. Remember, guys, the goal is to get 60 to 80 people to hear, feel, and see the vision. That's the ball game right there, guys. That's the ball game. It's all about you becoming a champion. It's all about you becoming a champion. It's the science of getting rich. And then this is how it's going to really take off for you guys, right? You see, the next month, the secret is to do it again, but I want you to write this down. It's not just to do it again, but it's to teach 1 to 2 people to go champion. All right? To teach 1 to 2 people to go champion. All right. So next month, well, I'll just write this down because some of y'all could do it this month. So if y'all could do it this month, this is a secret right here. This is the ball game. If you help 1 to 2 people go champion, guess what? You helped 1 to 2 people go champion. You're now a brand new sapphire. Okay, and you're generating $2,000 to $3,000 a month by you helping 1 to 2 go champion. Right? Michael helped 1 person go champion and above. He was a sapphire. If you help 1 to 2, see, everything revolves around going champion. So if you have 1 to 2 people go champion, you're a sapphire. That's 10,000 qualified volume, and you're now earning $2,000 to $3,000 a month. If you help 3 people go champion, guess what? You're a brand new Ruby. You help 3 people go champion. You help 3 people do this. But you see, here's the secret. You got to first go do it so you can help others go do it. Does that make sense? You got to first do it. You can't expect other people to go champion if you haven't gone champion, right? So when you help 3 people go champion, you're now a Ruby. You're generating $4,000 to $6,000 a month. I want you to drop 3 on the chat box. If your lifestyle would change generating, earning $4,000 to $6,000 a month. Guys, do you truly believe you think you can help 3 people go champion? Like, just 3. You help 3 people go champion. You're a Ruby. Coach Anna went Ruby her first 30 days. She helped 3 people go champion. Right? When you help 5, go champion, you're now a brand new emerald. You're making, look at this, $7,000 to $10,000 a month. You help 5 people go champion. I know Julio's on here. He's been diamond in other companies, right? Or no, he was emerald in another company. Yo, 5 champions. You go champion. 5 people go champion. You're a brand new emerald, generating $7,000 to $10,000 a month. Right? 10 people go champion. When 10 people go champion, guess what? You're a diamond. You're now generating $15,000 to $20,000 a month. 10 people go champion in your group. That's why you want to go fast. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. It loves it. Velocity, momentum. Velocity, momentum. So you want to set the goal on going champion before the Go Champion Summit. This is, you guys want to go fast. You guys want to go Sapphire. 1 to 2 champions. Go champion before the Go Champion Summit. Bring 10 people to the Go Champion Summit. You'll have 1 to 2, 3 people go champion. You're Ruby. Oh, you're Ruby. 4,000 to 6,000 a month. But you got to use the product. You got to use FO2. You got to expose 60, 80 people. You got to be willing. Drop willing on the chat box if you're willing to go 6 to 8 wide. Willing to go 6 to 8 wide. The ball game is right there. I want you to write this down. Champion leads to everything. Because once you become a champion, you're able to develop champions. And I think that's the most beautiful concept in anything. Once I go champion, I can develop other people and help them go champion. I want you to write this down. Champions are developed when no one is looking and celebrated when everybody's looking. When nobody believes in you, when everybody tells you you're crazy, when no one's looking, when no one's supporting you, that's when you're developed. That's when you got to stay the most focused. That's when you got to be talking to your mentor every day. That's when you got to be believing at your highest. That's when they're developed. They're celebrated. When, oh, AJ, I always knew you'd go champion, dog. Oh, I'd always knew you'd make it, bro. They're developed. Seeds are developed in the dark. But everybody can see the flower once it's flourished. You got to develop. When it gets rough, when you get no's, you're going to get no's. You're going to get people, you're crazy. But you got to keep your eyes fixed on champion, locked on champion. It's like when, I'll wrap up this part right here. It's like when Jesus was walking on water. Guess what? When he was walking on water, he was able to walk on water because he was looking at Jesus. Peter, right? Peter was looking at Jesus, so he was able to walk on water. The moment he looked at the storm, the moment he looked at the waverous waves, the boisterous, that was the name, boisterous waves, he looked away and he sunk. The moment you take listen to this, your focus off the word, Jesus Christ, the word. The moment you take your focus off the word of God, the moment you take your focus off a champion, Your ability to succeed is gonna remain, is gonna be created through your ability to remain focused. What are you looking at every day? What are you hearing every day? What are you excited about every day? What are you feeling? I'm excited. You know what I'm excited about? 25 champions. I'm excited about celebrating 20. I'm so excited about celebrating AJ. I'm so excited about celebrating Julio. I'm so excited about I'm gonna celebrate Antoine. But you gotta be just as excited to celebrate champion for yourself. Here's a question: are you excited on celebrating champion on stage? I want you to, let me see, are you excited? Yes. Are you excited? Yes. Let me see who's excited in the chat box. Who's excited on going champion? Who feels champion right now? Who's going all in? Who's going to expose 60-80? Who's going to sponsor 6 to 8? Who's going to help 2 people create their dual team? Who's going to go perfect 10? It's going to stay, I got to lock in on champion. That's it. So I'm going to go to the last part right here, right? Which is, I'm gonna go into the back office training, which is super, super important, guys. This part, once you go champion, you have to know this part. You don't want to make mistakes, right? This part right here is very important because there's a lot of money involved in this part right here. So I'm gonna switch over to the back office training. Drop some 111s. Actually, no, drop some 25s on the chat box if you guys see my screen. Drop 25s on the chat box if you guys see my screen. Right? 25, 25, 25. Let me see some 25s if you guys see my screen. So big shout out to Claudia Pimento. I'm using your back office. So I'm gonna build a fire in you here today. So I'm using your back office to show everyone, right, the back office structure, the back office training. So when you log in, guys, this is very important. You're going to be able to see everything on your homepage. So let's go to home, right? So that way you guys, we're here. You guys know exactly, right, where you guys are at. So the first thing you really want to see is your rank information. So right here, guys, here's what you want to understand. It's going to tell you exactly where it is that you are. Before you want to get to where it is that you want to go, you have to know where you are. And current shows you where you are, right? So remember that you need a VB, right? A visionary builder kit. If you don't have a visionary builder kit, you won't have access to this. So you got to make sure you have it. So if you look at view rank requirements, right? Obviously, in a new month, we start fresh. So as you guys can see, right, for team consultant, Claudia is super close on requalifying for team consultant. So let's just skip this real quick and let's go to champion, right? Because your goal is champion. That's what you want to focus on, right? If you go to view requirements, if you scroll left and right, you'll see champion. You go to view rank requirements. It shows you how much volume you need left in order for you to go champion, right? So you need to understand this, right? Because you need to know where it is that you are. Bob Proctor taught me this, right? So if you don't know where you are, you're never going to know where it is that you're going. In order for you to know where it is that you're going, you need to know where you are right now. And then it tells you how much qualified volume you need in order for you to receive, right? Here's a test. Drop the number on the chat box. How much volume do you need to go champion? Drop it in the chat box. How much volume? How much volume do you need for you to go champion? Yes, correct. You need 5,000 volume. So here you can check and see exactly where you are in order for you to be a brand new champion here, right, at Envision You, right? Another thing is here you're able to gauge your binary payout, right? On the binary payout, well, it shows you what percentage you're at, right? If you want 20%, you're gonna want to be on the Premier, right? If you want 15%, you're gonna want to be on the what? On the Essential. If you want 10%, you at least got to be on the Core, right? So that will tell you exactly where it is that you're at. Here on the qualified rank, guys, it shows you where your volume is at. So you can see, right, automatically, this is where my volume is right now. So, right, on Claudia's profile, if Claudia wants to go champion, right, 5,000 minus 700, 4,300, right? So she needs 4,300 qualified volume for her to go champion. Okay. So another thing that I love, guys, is you can actually see who are your top enrollers in your organization. So I can see who's enrolled the most amount of people in my organization. And I love this as a leader because guess what? My time and energy as a leader is going to be dependent on this right here. My energy, my time. This could be a big click. If you want Ant's time, you got to be on the top enroller. That means you're bringing in new and excited people every single day. One of the things David asked John C. Maxwell, he said, John, what are 5 things that you look at in a leader for you to invest your time into them? John C. Maxwell said, David, the first thing I look into a person, into a leader, is their production. So as a leader, as you're growing your business, guys, you guys can see, wow, Larissa, she got her first person. Let me call her. Let me congratulate her. And let me speak some life onto her. Let me encourage her. Let me build her up. So right here, guys, you know exactly who your time and energy is going to go to. You know exactly who you want to help get dual team qualified, right? You can also see how many new members have joined your business, right? You can see who's on your left team, who's on your right team, on the dual team, right? So guys, you guys have everything right here in front of you guys for you guys to start learning how to utilize this back office, right? But for me, the most important ones for you guys to understand is you guys want to do is you want to make sure that you know how much volume you need left, right, for you to achieve champion, right? So here you can clearly see, right, with this little circle. And then let's go ahead and move on to the next part, right? But if you're with me, drop 222s on the chat box if you guys are with me. If you guys are with me so far, drop some 222s on the chat box if you guys are with me so far. Awesome. I'm going to go into this in just a little bit, which this is your residuals, all right? So the next thing I want you to do is you want to also understand when you're bringing in new people into your business, right? You have your binary holding tank, right? So this is where you're going to be, look at Claudia. She sponsored 3 people right into the business. So right now, Claudia is going to be structuring her binary. And one thing I always do, guys, is here, before I go there, what you want to write down is you have at least 3 to 4 days to place. So don't forget that on the binary. Okay. So when you organize your 2 legs, your left leg and your right leg, you have 3 to 4 days for you to place. So it's not very long. So you want to keep up to date. But what I do is I leverage this. So when I'm talking to my next prospect, I'll say, hey, I have 3 people that just got started with me, right? If you get started right now, you'll have 3 people on your team, right? So you can leverage your binary holding tank, right? For you to sponsor new people, right? Because it's going to create, listen to this, it's going to create the fear of loss. It's going to create the fear of loss. When I talk to a prospect and I have people in my binary holding tank, I say, hey, with you getting started right now, you'll have a brand new person on your team, right? Well, how do you think that person's gonna feel? So then that person can come in. Now you have 4 people in your holding tank. And what I do is I actually place dependent on production. So whoever's producing is going to go on the top, right? So if somebody's producing a lot, that person is going to over leverage the people that I'm personally bringing in, right? You want to write that down. So how do you place, right? Well, let me go here. When you go to my organization, you're going to go to Visual Tree, okay? So you're going to go to Visual Tree. And when you go to Visual Tree, you have your enrollment tree, which are the people that you personally bring in. And then you have your dual team. So your dual team, you're going to have your 2 legs here. So now this is what you need to find out. Your mentor, your upline is building a leg for you. So you need to find out which leg you're going to be placing in. Everybody here should be working with a mentor that is building them 1 leg, right? So whoever that mentor is, well, what you're going to do is you're going to find out what leg that you're going to place in. So guess what? If I'm building Claudia's left, Claudia's going to build her right. So Claudia's going to go bottom right. And on here, on bottom right, you can see who's the last person on her right team. So Trevon. So Trevon I can grab his ID number right here on Trevon. I can go copy, right? So now I copy Trevon's because Claudia's building her right. So she's going to go bottom right. She's going to click that button. I can go back to top, click bottom right. Boom. I'm going to go find Trevon. Right? I'm doing this again so you guys see clearly. I want all of you guys to be good. You're going to click copy. And then you're going to go back to my organization. And you're going to go back to binary holding tank. And let's say I'm not going to place it. So don't get worried, Claudia. You're going to go here. You're going to go. You're going to put his ID number, paste. And then you're going to click here. And you should see Trevon's number, right? So if I click Trevon, you can actually place either left or right leg. So since I'm building my right, Claudia's building her right, she's going to click right leg. So it's going to go on the right leg of Trevon. Now, I'm not going to place that because that's up to Claudia, right? But that's how you personally place a person, right? So now what you don't want to do is you don't want to just place somebody right away, but you want to look at this right here. Must place, right? So she needs to place by the 17th. So if it says the 17th, you need to place by the 16th, okay? So you can't wait till the 17th. By the 16th on midnight, if that's not placed, it's going to place it for you. But what you can do as well, so you can go back to the home page and you can come back down here and you can set it to week leg. So you see, Claudia has it correctly. She has it set on her week leg. So no matter what, if she forgets, it's automatically going to place on her weak leg, right? So if for something happens, you know, she's moving, she goes to an event with David, well, guess what? Then, and she forgets because she's at the event, the day passes, she now has it at weak leg, so it automatically goes on her weak leg. And in your binary, you produce 10 up to 20%. Remember, guys, Claudia has 20% because she came in with a premier. If you have a core, it's going to say 10% here. If you have an essential, it's going to say 15. So the higher the percentage, the higher the money that you're going to be making. So if you bring in, let's say you bring in 5 take the lead promos, right? It gives you 350 CV commissional volume. So if you do 350 times 5, that's the commissional volume. That's 1,750. And you have that all on one leg. Let's say you have 20%, right? You'd be making $350 off of those 5 people on one leg because you have the 20%. Now, if you do 150 times 5 times 10%. No, sorry, my bad. 350 times 5 times 10%. You know, instead of making 350, you're making 175, right? So you see how the percentage, it matters. And if you do an order between the 1 to the 10th, you can even get an extra 5% on top. So you'll be at 25% in the binary, right? So as long as you have 200 in CV, right, worth of order in your back office, right? So that's how you place on your binary. That's how the binary works, ladies and gentlemen. But we also don't just have the binary. So remember, you can always look at your visual tree, right, when you come on here, but you got to change it to dual team tree, right? On your dual team tree, you'll be able to see your left leg and you'll be able to see your right leg, right? So now something that I love as well, guys, is I love the pay history. So you can actually gauge your commissions on the pay history. So I look at this, right? Every single, not day, but so what I do, guys, is write this down. I look at this every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Because every Tuesday is a new week on the binary, on the weekly checks, right? So where it says weekly, every Tuesday is a new week. Every Monday at midnight, it closes, right? So I'm working towards that Monday to be able to, I am in control. I have the power to increase my check, right? So guess what? I'm looking as that leader that I can increase my check by doing more exposures, by sponsoring brand new people because of the 5 ways that we get paid, right? The fast start bonus, the binary, right? Dual team bonus, right? And then you have the check match as well. So, you know, I look at this pay history as, you know, as a way to be able to gauge and to be able to bring some fire right into myself, because I have the control to be able to increase my check. So I look at my pay history. I know we got some questions here very soon, and then I'm wrapping up here, and then we'll go into the questions. So the last part I want to go into, guys, is the residual tree placement, right? So, right, there's five, you want to understand there's 5 ways that we get paid. We get paid through fast start bonus, right? Which that's in your weekly check, right? So whenever you see weekly, you want to write this down. When you see weekly, what's included is your fast start and your binary, so your dual team bonus, and then your check match. The monthly, okay? The monthly, if you see a monthly sign, it's your residual bonus, okay? It's your residual commission, which is the 3-legged structure. So what you're able to see, guys, is if you go to your residual tree placement suite. So let me just do this. Thinking if I should log into mine and show y'all. Whatever, I'll do it. I got y'all. I'm gonna inspire y'all guys. I'm gonna inspire you guys for a little bit. All right, let me go to mine. So if I go over here, this is what I do. Look at my residual holding tank. This is the work. Residual holding tank. All right, a residual holding tank is, it gives you 120 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play strategically, right? I'm going to play strategically. And what you can do, right, is this is how I place on the residual, right? So if I come here and you come to the residual tree placement suite, right? This is how I place. This is how I place strategically. So if I come over here, right, Anna Paulina is one of my legs. So I can see right here, let me see. Awesome. I can see right here how much volume I have under Anna Paulina, right? So guys, remember, this is the residual, right? So the 3 legs, the 50% line max, 30%, 35% line max, 15% line max. This is the 1 out of the 5 ways that we get paid. This is what you do month to month, depending on what level that you're at. I'm actually going to pull up the slide so you guys see this real quick. Actually, let me do this. It's going to help you guys a lot. Let me come here. I think I stopped sharing my screen, right? Okay, cool. I'm actually on it right here. So I need you guys to take a screenshot of this, because these are the levels. Okay, guys? These are the levels. So for level 1, it's a total of 1,100 volume total, right, on your residual. And you can organize it, as you guys can see, 3, 2, 1 is 6 people, and it pays you $500 a month. This is when people make reorders, but it's very important. So these numbers are based off of 200. So what's 200 CV, Anthony? It's FL2 and a box of 30 shots, literally. So if everybody has a box of 30 shots every month and FL2, you're at 200 CV, which is crazy to me. So from there, 6 people pays you $500 a month. So you want to at least make sure you're at 200 CV. Level 2 is a total of 4,000, right? So this is in numbers. I wish it was in volume so I can show you, but it's fine. You guys, I'll show you how to do the math, right? But for example, right here, 4,000 QV pays you 1,000 a month. 10, 7, 3. So guys, when you understand the power of this comp plan, you get paid off of the binary. You get paid off of the fast start. You get paid off of check match. You get paid off of e-commerce. You get paid off of visionary residual. Guys, this is a powerful comp plan. This comp plan pays you off of your efforts, right? It's absolutely insane. And what I love is your upline, your sponsor can do up to 50% of the work, right? He can actually do one full line for you. And so level 3 is 8,000 QV, right? Which is $2,000 a month, which is 20, 14. I can't see the other number. What is it? 6, 20, 14, and 6. Level 4 is 4,000 a month, 50, 35, and the third number. So let me go back to where I was at real quick. Let me go back. Thank you guys for for being on here, because this is some very important stuff. And I know we have some questions here at the end. But for example, here I see Anna Paulina. So she's one of my lines. So if I go to Anna Paulina, I can come here and I can see up to date how much volume I have on that line of structure. So she's one of my lines. If I go to my next line, it's Devona. So if you click this button right here, you can see the volume that you're at. Okay. And if you guys want to know the income through volume, reach out to me and I'll send it to you. Right. So here I can already gauge, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I need. So now let me show you the best way to place on your residual. Guys, remember on your residual, you have 100 days. But what I would aim to do is I would place everything by March. I'm going to place everything in the next 5 days. So whoever's really putting in the work, that's where I'm going to be organizing and structuring. Here's another thing. You want to structure people together that are in the same marketplace, right? So for example, if I have Devontae and Ty, right, in Orlando, and I enroll Devontae, I want to put Devontae with Ty. So like, let me see if I can just do this here. I think I have Devontae here. So I'm gonna do this real quick so you guys can see. Right here, I have Devontae, right? So if I come over here, right, Devontae, he hasn't paid his subscription yet because he signed up on the 3rd, but I can place Devontae already, right? So if I scroll up here, and I go to Devona, right, and I click the right arrow now. So when I click that right arrow, I can see the people in her downline, right? I can see everybody here. So I know I put Ajani under her. So if I go to Ajani, right, I know I placed Travaris Cadet under her. So I can go to Travaris Cadet, click the arrow again, right? Go to Travis Johnson, right? That's who I placed under. So I'm building under Ty, right? Here I have Oscar. So this is the last person I placed under Ty. So now I just recently placed Isaac. I can actually place, see if it let me. Oh, it doesn't let me. My phone lets me. But I can go to Devontae and I can place Devontae under Isaac, right? So like, let's say Victor Villamil. Let's say I click place. I can't do it here. I don't know why my computer is glitching, but I did it on my phone, right? So I know it's like kind of glitching as you guys can see, but on my phone, it works perfectly. So if I go click place under Victor, right, it'll go directly under Isaac. So I'm building straight down under Isaac. So if you're in your visionary builder tree, you want to make sure that you're building one line, or like, let's say I want to really help out Ty because Ty's putting in work. I'm going to put Ty on her second leg or where she needs it, right? Let's say she's like 1 or 2 away from hitting the next level, right? And I'm going to show you guys exactly actually how to do that right now. So let me go back here. So I want to show you guys how you're able to gauge that. All right. So this is where you're able to see one more time your residual holding tank, right? This is where you're able to see this. I don't place here. I don't place people here. Where I place is I go to the residual tree placement suite. And when I go to the residual tree placement suite, then I go to the latest person. So I know Devona is one of my legs. So I go here and then I know where I'm placing Ajani, right? Boom. Travaris, boom, so on and so forth. So let me get out of here real quick so I can show you guys where you guys can see where you guys can see your residual numbers. So everybody, when you go back to your homepage, right? When you go back to your homepage, you're going to be able to see this cylinder right here. So you see where it says this month, you can see your largest leg, your second leg, and your other legs. So you can calculate the CV and you can calculate which level you're at in these 3 cylinders, right? So you can see where you were at last month, and you can see where you were at this month, right? Oh, so you see her thing went up, so it updated 850. So here you can see your 3 legs on the residual aspect, right? So you have your largest leg, your second largest leg, and your other legs, right, that are calculated on the way that they are. So that's on the residual, right, aspect. So now what I would do, guys, is I would place strategically, and what I would do is aim to place everything ready for the month of March. But remember, I want you guys to also write this down, and I'm done with the residual. You don't get paid, right? You'll get paid the residual when they pay their monthly subscription. So the people that you bring in March, guys, so the people that you brought in March, they didn't pay their monthly subscription yet. So when they pay their subscription in in April, right? April would be your first residual check, because you're only getting paid off of memberships. You're only getting paid when they pay their subscription. So when they pay their subscription, that's your residual check, right? So if people get started in the month of March, that goes into the binary, that goes into the fast start, and that goes into the check match, right? When they pay their subscription, your first residual check would be in April, right? So that's how it works on the residual. But if you guys have any questions towards the end of the month, get with me and I'll show you guys exactly how to place strategically and place the right way. But what you really want to focus on, guys, is really making sure that you're placing on your binary, right? So on your binary holding tank, right here, you want to make sure you're placing this right away, because you only have 3 to 4 days in order for you to place. How do you check? I'll go over it one more time. You go to visual tree, then you go to visual dual team tree, and then you got to ask your mentor, hey, what leg are you building for me, right? Okay, I'm building your left, and I got to build my right. So I go to bottom right, and then now I can see the bottom person, right? And then mind you, you're making the 10 to 20% on this leg because your mentor is building your left. So you're making the 10 to 20% on this leg. Normally, a person has to build 2 legs, left and right. So here, if your mentor is building a leg for you, be really grateful for your mentor, right? Because your mentor is putting you in a big position in order for you to make more commissions. So don't take it for granted. If you do have a leg built for you, like, yo, for real, like you're in a really big position to make a lot of money and to create more impact. So do not take it for granted if your mentor is building a massive leg out for you. And if you want to look at it in true terms, you're missing out on money. That's just the truth of the matter. If you're not building out your right and your mentor is building out your left, you're not maximizing on the commissions that you can make right here at Envision U. So, sheesh, today was deep. I know we got some questions. I'm gonna stop sharing this, but I think everybody should be good to go after this call. Like I said, it was going to be a lot of info, but I know Mike, you got a question. If you, I'll just unmute you real quick, but I'll just leave it to like 1 or 2 questions and we'll wrap up.
Bet. I appreciate the training, bro. Solid training. I definitely got something out of that myself. But first question I had when you were going over the rank achievement, right? Now, can you share your screen one more time and kind of go over the rank achievement for team consulting? I had a question, because some people think just having a course is enough to hit that rank. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
No, AJ said he couldn't hear me.
I hear you.
Okay, bet. So yeah, being active consultant is 100. And how much PV is a course if you buy a course?
If you buy a course, I don't know.
Yeah, like the financial literacy course.
Let me see Champion real quick.
Like, is that enough to hit team consultant? Is that 100?
Yeah, Champion is 100. So I think a course alone, if they come in as a customer, if they come in as a customer, then it won't be enough PV. But if they come in on a core, they will. If they come in on a core,
oh, okay.
Because if somebody comes on a core with a course, yes. But if they come in as a customer, no.
Okay.
Because as a
Yeah.
customer, they're
Okay.
paying 40 to 50% of the retail profits, right? So they're paying you more upfront for the sale than for the commission.
Okay. So 50 or 75 PV isn't enough for you to qualify for champion.
For
Because it's
champion,
100.
what is it for team? Yes, right? Because I think you just need 50.
50. Okay, but cool. Cool. All right. That's all.
Yeah. All right, all right. One more question and we'll wrap up here. I'm looking at the comments. All right, one more question. Julio. Let me unmute you.
All right, so I'm just finding out about the $150 promo. Sign up 10 people. So I just what's up with that? I mean, like, when does that go into effect? Is that something right now? Is that today or
Yeah. That's the whole
how does
entire
that
month of
how do we
March.
do that?
That's the whole entire month of March.
Oh, I'm tired. And that is that for like a $500 a $500 package, or is that what kind of
No, people.
how many QVs is basically
It gives
what
you
do you
it gives
get out
you
of that
150 QV, but
per
I don't think it's enough. I don't think it gives you enough because you're a customer. So if you enroll somebody on that, they're a customer. So they won't be a visionary builder, right?
Okay.
Unless they get either the kit or they can just upgrade the kit alone or a package, right? So it just really,
Gotcha.
but they can come in for 150 and it gives you 150 QV. So you'll have 150 points for one person out of the 500 for you to go champion.
Okay, but question, what is the 150? What are they getting for the 150?
Just the trading alone.
Oh, trading alone. Okay, that's okay.
Only the trading, only the trading. So they'll have the app, the educational sessions, the academies, and everything.
So they can, so some people that might, okay, so for just I know that it's a little late, but my thing is this. If okay, so if they just don't want to do the wealth part of it, I mean the health part of it, and be like, all right, just